Our group had previously shown that the combination of ibrutinib plus venetoclax in relapsed refractory mantle cell lymphoma is highly effective with a complete remission rate of 71%, which is substantially higher than the complete remission rate of approximately 20% in this population with either ibrutinib monotherapy or venetoclax monotherapy. So there was a result from our institutional single-arm study, which then led to the establishment of an international phase 3 study comparing ibrutinib versus the combination of ibrutinib plus venetoclax, and this is called a SYMPATICO study. Now, what we are reporting at ASH this year is actually not the results of the randomized portion, which is still under analysis, but we're reporting the results of the safety run-in. The background to safety run-in is when our institution did the phase 2 study, the earlier phase 2 study, we gave patients 1 month of ibrutinib before starting the combination on the rationale that the 1 month of ibrutinib may debulk the disease and reduce the risk of tumor lysis syndrome. However, what we ran into then were patients who progressed during the first month of ibrutinib. So the safety run-in portion of the SYMPATICO study asked the question, is it possible to give both ibrutinib and venetoclax from day one and not get catastrophic tumor lysis syndrome? So in total, we treated 21 patients, 15 at high risk of tumor lysis syndrome. The patients started both ibrutinib and venetoclax from day one. And what we observed was that of all those patients treated, we only had 1 case of the broad tumor lysis syndrome and no cases of clinical tumor lysis syndrome. On that basis, we concluded that it is safe to start the 2 drugs simultaneously, which is what is used in the randomized proportion of the study, which once again has not been reported. The safety run-in also gave us some backup data to see if some of our earlier results in the phase 2 study were able to be replicated. And indeed, we saw an 81% overall response rate and a 62% complete remission rate, which is very similar to that of our previous phase 2 study. And once again, the progression-free survival is looking very encouraging at 75% at 18 months. So the most important part of this abstract is to show that you can use the combination from day one without catastrophic tumor lysis syndrome. And then the secondary goal of this abstract is to report the results, which are exactly matching the results of our previous study, and therefore gives us high hope that the randomized portion of the study will hopefully be positive and establish ibrutinib and venetoclax doublet as a standard of care for patients with mantle cell lymphoma.